Okay, let's talk Kardashians. So Ray J is calling out Kim and Kris over the sex tape. So the tape that made Kim Kardashian a household name is now back in the news after Kris Jenner has appeared on the James Corden show. Okay. She took a lie detector test, and on air, she insists that she did not leak the tape. Okay. She says, I did not leak the tape. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Pat the puss. So now, TV world is very different from the real world, right? So TV world is always scripted, especially like he's not daytime TV, he like talk show TV. It's very scripted. It's very like everything is like down to a T, all the segments, the questions, all of it, right? So when it comes to lie detectors, they also usually ask the same question several times in order to like get an accurate reading to see if you're lying or you're not lying. So they typically don't ask you one question and based off of your first answer, they say, you know, you're lying or you're not lying. Like typically they try to like make sure they read different things. And even then lie detectors are not very accurate to begin with. So it's very possible, because from what I know about lie detectors on television, it's possible that Kris Jenner took the lie detector test prior to filming this segment, and everything about this segment was all preset. Because I believe they do like a full lie detector test, like in the back, because it usually takes like some time, right? They do the whole test, they get all the results, and then once you're actually on camera or on air, then that's when they'll ask you the questions again. But at that point, they already know what the questions are and they already know what answers you got. So it's not like an in the moment, oh my God, that was a lie, or in the moment, oh my God, that was the truth. They already know what the answer is going to be. Usually the person taking the lie detector test and the hosts, they usually don't know what the answers are, but the person that's revealing the information, they've already analyzed all of this. So it's all already been done. But so it's possible that Kris Jenner already did all of this and this was all pre-scheduled and pre-planned, or it's possible that this was a faux test altogether and it was not a real lie detector test. Either way, this got Ray J all fired up. He's Kim Kardashian's ex. He was the one that was in the sex tape with Kim Kardashian. So he got all fired up about it, and he's claiming that that's not true and that Kris knew about everything and that Kris was in on everything. And he went on Instagram stories, or not Instagram stories, Instagram Live rather, and he had a whole little PowerPoint presentation like he was like a student back in high school, and you know all he needed was his silver little laser pointer. It was a hot mess. From the clips of the Instagram Live that I did see, it was a mess. I was like, homie, if you're gonna be dropping these receipts and stuff, then like let's at least make sure, you know, we have the slides like set and prepared, and like we've rehearsed this, we know the speech, we know what we're gonna be delivering. Like this was rough. But anyway, he has his PowerPoint presentation. He's trying to go over all of it because he's leaking the DMs that he has with Kim Kardashian about the Hulu show, The Kardashians, and about Kanye. Because in the first season of The Kardashians on Hulu, one of the storylines is about how her son Saint, or was it Sam? I believe it was Saint. Saint was on Roblox. I still don't know what the hell Roblox is, but anyway, he was on Roblox, and there was, you know, something that came up about there being additional footage to Kim's tape with Ray J, and how there was new footage that was going to be coming back or coming out. And then Kanye negotiated with Ray J's manager. It's unclear whether he's a current manager or a past manager or what his affiliation with Ray J currently is, but Kanye coordinated it with him and went and got the drives. That way the new footage couldn't actually get leaked. So him and Kim had an exchange about that, where Kim was basically telling her, or he was telling Kim, like, you're a liar, you know that we set this all up. And Kim's like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're doing, like why you're bringing this all up again. Everything that happened on the show was happening in real time. I truly believed that this was your manager because his Instagram account said that he was your manager, like in his bio. So whatever. Ray J is also revealing part of the contract that he signed, giving the rights to Vivid to sell the tape. Okay. So in reading the DMs that he leaked, Kim's responses didn't seem like uber like schemy to me. It seemed like they were just trying to like craft a cleaner narrative about how Kim and Ray J were working together to put this all behind them. Like it seemed like they were just trying to clean up the situation, clean up the story, and polish it so it made a better television show, but it didn't seem like there was some big scheme in it. My impression in reading the messages was she's like, listen, I have kids, you have kids. Like, we don't need to make this a big thing. We can make this a positive thing, saying that we're putting this behind us, whatever. It kind of seems like she was trying to invite Ray J on the show or invite him to participate in some sort of way to kind of make sure that the narrative and the storyline of it all was crafted very clearly. But I didn't think it was a secret that Vivid bought the rights to the tape, right? And that Vivid needed Kim and Ray J's permission to release the tape. So they had to give consent. I feel like Kim's kind of denied this in the past, and this is where I feel like she keeps getting caught up in it. I think Kris Jenner's actually a lot more... Actually, I'll get into the Kris piece next, but so they had to give consent. That's the bottom line. Kim and Ray J needed to sign over the rights to the tape. So my understanding is that the tape was originally being shopped around and that it was out there, right? It was being leaked, it was being shown to other people, and that it was being threatened to be put on the internet. Now, in this case, when there is a intimate tape that's being spread around and people are threatening to publish it, a celebrity has two options, okay? The first option is they fight it in court and they work very hard to scrub it off the internet, which is what happened with Bret Michaels when he had a sex tape that leaked with Pamela Anderson. This was after her Tommy Lee tape. He fought it very hard. It didn't seem like she was all that. She had already went through it with Tommy, so I think she was just kind of like, oh my God, here we go again, right? But even now, he fought the case. He won the case. He won, I believe there was a settlement. So Bret Michaels was able to make sure that his tape was scrapped, right? And he was able to take legal action so that the company that was threatening to distribute it couldn't actually legally distribute it for a copyright infringement claim, right? It's the same thing that Khloe Kardashian pulled when there was the photo that she didn't want on the internet out there and she was claiming copyright infringement, which is basically the case. You can't publish anything that is owned by somebody else. So in this case, Bret Michaels won his lawsuit and he fought very hard and spent a lot of money. However, the tape, at least in part, is still on the internet. I know because I Googled it before taping. I was like, does it actually still exist? If you Google Bret Michaels and Pamela Anderson and their tape together, you can see there's at least like snippets of it, like little pieces of it. Listen, I'm just going to say it was a very hot tape. Pamela Anderson was hot and Bret Michaels was hot and it was a very hot tape. I felt guilty because it was a leaked tape and I was like, oh, we're not doing this anymore, are we? We're not still leaking people's stuff. It was cute back then. Or I guess it wasn't cute, but we were okay with it back then and now it just feels slimy. But anyway, even though he fought it in court, the tape still got out there, right? And the tape is leaked out there. All these different websites are publishing it and recirculating it and whatever, and he has no say over it. He has no connection over it. So the other option when your tape gets leaked, which is what Kim Kardashian and Ray J did, is to sign over the rights and get compensation from it, right? So this was likely done with the help of Kris Jenner because we do know that Kris was Kim's manager at the time. So, and we even saw at the beginning of Keeping Up with the Kardashians on E, Kris said in one of her confessionals, she was like, as her mother, I wanted to kill her. But as her manager, you know, it kind of let a light bulb go off in her head. So I don't think at the time that they had the resources to be able to fight like Bret Michaels did in court. And I think they saw this as an opportunity to monetize the scandal in some way, which ultimately ended up working out right because it led to the reality show on E, and then it really kind of just catapulted by making Kim Kardashian more of a known name. So I don't believe Kris Jenner is the one that found the tape, right? She wasn't like going through the closet and is like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's a VHS tape. Let me put this on. Oh my God, it's Kim and Ray J. Money, money, money. Let me go sell this to Vivid. I think the tape, and I believe Ray J was the one that was kind of shopping it around. At the time, as like, and maybe he wasn't shopping it around to like sell it necessarily, but it could have been that he was just sharing it and other people were seeing it and other people were getting access to it and maybe it fell into the wrong hands. I don't really know. I just know, I think it got into the wrong hands and was being threatened to go up on the internet, and there was no control over it and no compensation, nothing. So like you can go the Bret Michaels route, right? And get screwed because his tape still exists on the internet right now. You can see him naked banging Pamela Anderson. You can see his dick. It's actually a pretty nice dick. It's thick. It seems like a very nice sized penis. And good for him. Good for Bret Michaels. I think if I signed up for Rock of Love, I would kind of be like, okay, actually, it's a little bigger than I like. So I would probably disengage. But listen, Bret Michaels, Poison, like he was pretty popping in that moment. So, or actually, was he? Yeah, I guess he was more popular than Tommy Lee. So I can understand why he wouldn't want this out there and how he had a bit more of a financial means. But we know like the Jenners were kind of struggling financially. Like they've had moments, like they've done well, but they also had moments after Bruce's career where Kris was kind of just like trying to make sure they kept the bills alive or the bills paid and keep, the lights on. Kathie Lee Gifford, even I think recently a couple years ago, shared that like she had to loan them money at one point because they were really struggling. So I don't think they had the financial means to be able, at least not at that time, to fight this. And I'm pretty sure it seemed like a really great opportunity to help Kim and to build her career. So they capitalized off of a scandal. Again, maybe Ray J really was the one shopping it around. Maybe someone close to him was shopping it around. I can see Ray J as the type of guy that'd be like, "Oh my God, bro, look at my video with Kim. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, look at the way she takes it." Ugh. Like I can totally see Ray J being that dude, right? So whatever the case was, I don't believe Kris Jenner is the one that leaked it, and it doesn't seem like Ray J had any actual receipts that proved that Kris Jenner is the one that leaked it, aside from Kris being the one that helped Kim sign a solid deal with Vivid where she got compensation for the actual tape, right? I believe Ray J said they each got paid $400,000 for the tape. Don't quote me on that. I'm solely going based off of my memory from what I remember him saying. It may have been 400,000 each. It may have been 40. I don't think it was 40,000 each. There's no way they would sign that over for 40,000. And I believe to this day it's like one of the top selling celebrity sex tapes. I mean, it might have changed now that OnlyFans is up and now that celebs are making a lot of money on OnlyFans. But wild, right? But yeah, I'm curious if you guys think. I don't think Kris leaked it. I really think my theory checks out. Someone close to Ray J got their hands on it. He was probably flexing on it. Somehow Vivid ended up with a copy of it. Or maybe they took it to Vivid themselves because it was already out there. And Kris is like, listen, we're going to have to do something with this. And we're going to have to clean it up in a way where you can still make money off of it because we can't fight. Because even when you're like threatening to sue and fight, like, even the Khloe Kardashian picture, right, that she was trying to keep from circulating on the internet, people screenshotted that. People have the photo. People can still put that up on the internet, and you can't fight that forever. There's no way to completely scrub it from the internet. Once it goes viral, once it's out there, it's out there. It's going to exist. Somebody's always going to have a raw copy or a copied copy that they're going to be able to put out there. And listen, look at what it did for Paris Hilton, right? She also had to sign over the rights to her tape. They can't sell it and use your image legally without your permission. So it usually is the smarter strategy to be like, all right, here you go. Sell the tape, give me residuals, pay me an upfront lump sum, whatever. Just do what you got to do. This is when you start to see like Farrah Abraham coming out and like putting her tape out there. Danielle Staub put a tape out there that was leaked. All these celebrities were now leaking their tapes. And they're like, oh my God, oh, my tape is out there. Listen, if my sex tape were to ever leak, at some point I would kind of be like, listen, Vivid, let's go. At this point, I don't even think Vivid is the way to go. It's like OnlyFans only, right? I don't know. We'll see. Listen, what would I do if I had a tape that actually leaked? What would I do? I think at that point, I would definitely fight everybody on copyright infringement and be like, you cannot legally take my tape and circulate it. Or my images, but if they did happen to get out there and they were leaked, I think at that point, I would start an OnlyFans account and make the tape exclusively available on OnlyFans, so that the only way you could watch the tape was if you signed up for OnlyFans. And how much is Kim Kardashian's sex tape? Let's Google this. How much, we're going to find this out in real time. How much is Kim Kardashian's tape? how much is it? It has to be like, what, $4.99, $9.99? Let's see. Wow, Kim made $20 million from the tape. That's wild, $20 million. Because I do believe that it was like, collectively they earned almost 50 mil. Wow. As of 2021, she was still making $360,000 every year from the tape because I believe she did get residuals from it. That's wild. That truly is wild. Kim Kardashian superstar, also known as Kim K superstar, from Cabo release. Wow. They purchased the tape from a third party for $1 million. Okay, so then it sounds like they did both get paid that $400,000, right? Ray J got $400,000, Kim got $400,000, and then there's an extra $100,000 that probably went to like a manager. I don't know, something. It doesn't say how much the tape actually is, though, which is interesting. But I would assume it's probably like $9.99. So I would probably charge my OnlyFans at $9.99. I'd be like, listen, well, I don't know. Is that too expensive? Like, would you pay $10 to watch me have sex? It depends on how good the tape is, right? What if it was like a really good tape? I feel like it's so inexpensive now. But listen, I would lean into the support your sex workers. Listen, if it's already out there, then I'm gonna be like, listen, it's out. It's on OnlyFans. Here you go. I would probably, what about maybe $8.99? $8.99 seems kind of reasonable, right? Yeah, that seems kind of reasonable. Well, actually, I wouldn't be able to release the tape depending on who I'm in the tape with because they would also have to sign off on that. Again, we would have to negotiate all of this. I don't want to be an OnlyFans star, though. I'm a podcaster. What am I? A content creator, a podcaster? I don't really know.